This is going to be start of a new series that I'm going to do called Film Reviews. It's just going to be taking my personal experience as an athlete. For me, that was high school and a little bit of college, and applying it to fishing. Now, if you know anything about college athletics and in high school too, film reviewing is a huge deal. Not only to prepare for games, but also to go back after games and practices and look and see what you guys can do better, what you did good, what you can do better. Here, you guys are going to get a sneak peek of behind the scenes of what actually goes on. So this is the raw footage of this cast to catch that I just recently posted. And as you can see over here, I've already got some things listed out. Some things I did well and some things that I could definitely do better. So I'm just going to go through, watch it one time, list some things that I did well, go through, watch it again, pause it some more, and talk about some things that I think I can do better. If you guys have any suggestions for me, feel free to roast me. Just leave them in the comments. But if you want to be nice and say, hey, you did this well too, feel free. Everything is much appreciated. So you can see I just made a cast at I don't know, 50 degrees to the bank. Now if you can see here, this is the piece of cover that I'm about to cast on. It is just a small stick or tree that has fallen over in the water.
Such a weird time.
So you can't see it because my big head is blocking the way, but I made a really great cast just right behind that piece of cover, enough for me to be able to work the glide behind it and in small chops, but not too much where I would get it hung up. So if you can see here, if you watch my elbow closely, I give it that quick 2 pop, and then I feel that bite. I just felt that bump. At that point, I was just thinking in my head that, okay, I just hit that stick. Like that's all that it could be. It's just like pop, pop, bump. I just hit that stick, okay? And then so you'll see me continue to reel and do 1, 2, 3, and I think I get to 4. And then I set that hook because there's not enough hook sets in fishing, honestly. And I didn't know if I had one at this point. So I just swung for the fences. So you'll see 1, 2, 3, 4. So I actually got 5 in there. And then I set the hook. Now, so what I'm talking about, it was a good cast. I kept a strong cadence, and I was just trying to figure out what the fish wanted. That seemed to have worked on the 4th cast. We'll just watch this all the way through. Don't worry, we'll go through and watch this again. I just muted it here because I said some things that I'm not necessarily proud of or wanting to put out on YouTube. That is why it is muted. Very excited about this fish. It was as you can see, it was a sloppy fight. And we'll go back over this in a second. But in the video, I did say she'll probably go 4 pounds. I did not get an official weight on her because I just was not prepared or thinking straight. But you can see definitely how fat this fish is here in a second. And she's got a belly on her. She's got a belly. She is a big pre-spawn girl. She was sitting at 21 inches, so I'm believing she is firmly 5 to 5.5 pounds. Now, those were the few things that I feel like I did well in that fight. But if we rewind it, we'll get to see some things that I picked out that I'm not too proud of. And we'll go through these in order. So boom, set the hook. That's a really strong hook set, and I immediately felt that fish. I knew I had connected. But as you can see, it's okay for the rod tip to be high for a second on that hook set. But as you can see here, she's already breached the surface. She's ready to throw down. And you can see she is just going crazy. Now, if we watch this, look at my rod tip. I'm trying to fight and pull her up the whole time. The whole time, allowing her to thrash back and forth, get leverage on that bait, and potentially throw it. Now, this is a huge mistake when fighting a truly giant fish. And luckily enough, this was not a true giant for me, because I think if I would have had a sloppy fight with this big of a fish, I would have 100% lost one. But you can see my rod tip here is way too high. For future reference, being as low to the water as I am, I need to have that rod tip in the water, keeping her head down and controlling her towards the boat. Just making sure that I'm in control of her head shakes. I'm in control of where she's going around the kayak, and also tiring her out. Now, if you look, as soon as that first head shake comes, look at my right elbow. My right elbow immediately reaches down in front of me for my net. I don't even have control of this fish yet, but I'm already trying to get her in the net. And you can see I'm just jabbing at her with my right hand while she's dogging me at the boat. Now, this is a really interesting clip right here. I want you to look at this. So if we zoom in, look at this fish. If you can see the bait, when she first came up, she had it T-boned. She had it T-boned vertically in her mouth. If you can see that, she has it T-boned vertically in her mouth. Now, fast forward, let it play out. Here, when she's pulling away from me, she pulls the back hooks out of her jaw. So now she's only got maybe 1 or 2 prongs in her mouth. And she throws a big head shake. And this time, see, she's still got 1 prong. It hits her in the side of the face again, and she gets those back hooks again. That is incredibly lucky to rehook that fish, because I believe that if she would have been able to shake that back hook and keep it shook, she would have either bent out on me because of how bad of a job I was doing, or she would have pulled, or I don't know if she would have pulled me off, but I think something bad could have potentially happened very easily. Luckily, she got those hooks again. But you see, I'm really doing a bad job of overall controlling this fish with one hand. I've also reeled up too much line when fighting this fish. As you can see, from here to here, I've only got 2 to 2.5 feet of line. That is not nearly enough to control a fish and slowly guide them into the net after tiring them out. I felt like I was pulling my arm, and you can see I'm pulling my arm all the way back to get that fish close enough, instead of being able to lift it up and pull that fish's head straight into the net. That also was part of why I had such a poor netting job. So if you can see here, I got the bait, and now the bait is hooked onto the net and it's getting stuck. And I eventually was able to almost pin her against the boat and balance her on the net. And you can't see it, but she is balanced on the net like this. Super, super lucky, very sloppy fight. Really just bad overall composure on my part. And we can see as well, I fast forward. I'm trying to find a spot to get this fish out. I'm truly not prepared at all to have gotten my scale out. I only got my measuring tape out, and I was laying her in the water but in the net. Over here, I was truly not prepared to properly document this fish. Is it the end of the world? No, but it is kind of disappointing not to have an official weight on this fish. Just want you guys to see a little bit of what you saw in the video. Truly is a very fat pre-spawn fish. I'm also conscious about the way I'm holding her. I don't feel like you can get the true feeling of her girth. There goes the paddle. When I was holding her underside like this, when I was cupping it instead of holding it behind. You can see she kind of freaks out, and I'm trying to be as gentle as possible. But at this point, I felt like I was stressing her out too much. And I really just wanted to, for the safety and health of the fish, just get her back in the water as soon as possible. It was sloppy, yes, but it was my first time using this net in the kayak. And surely the track record of this lake, I was not expecting that caliber of fish this early or ever. So I knew I'd seen several, probably 6 to 8 pounders in here, but I was not expecting one on the fourth cast. That's just about all I've got. I hope you guys if learned something. If you didn't, I hope you just enjoyed getting to watch a little bit of the behind the scenes footage. As always, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you like the content. I really am looking forward to getting to do more videos like this and just continuing this fun little series as I just become a better angler, and I hope you guys get to grow with me. But as always, I'll see you guys on the next one.